We spotted the ocean at the head of the trail. Where are we going? So far away. Somebody told me this is the place.
Well, it's a brisk and chilly November 2nd here in Hampton, Virginia. Behind me is Alicera. Alicera is a 2001 Moody 47. Just a beautiful boat, very well equipped. Owned by Douglas and Hermione Pattison. The Pattisons are from the southern part of England. Quite a sailing family. Both of them grew up sailing. They have two wonderful children, Arthur and Alice, 9 and 7. Very sporty kids, and a very active and sporty family. And so, El Capitan, what is the plan for getting off this dock and starting this glorious passage?
Get off the mud first.
So the plan is, we've been told that by my instruments we have very little water under the keel right now, and there's a particularly low tide.
Yeah.
And then we have set a course for the Gulf Stream. Those are all my waypoints on the chart. And we will be sometime tomorrow hitting that Gulf Stream.
Always nice to leave in the middle of the night. Hermione,
yeah,
is that your preference?
I don't mind when we leave. I just do what I'm told. And I've cooked spaghetti bolognese, and that's all I can add to this.
Well, your cooking has been spectacular. There's no
I
complaints there.
agree with that. It's been very good, my
thanks
darling.
very much. We'll wait till I'm, a few days in.
And what do you think about this young man?
I'm a troublemaker.
You're a troublemaker. Are you going to cause trouble tonight?
Hopefully.
How are you feeling about?
I'm feeling really excited and very confident. I think we're going to have a brisk and exciting run all the way down there.
Good. And your wake-up call in the morning. Are you excited about that?
Well,
Captain Earwig.
Well, listen, if the wake-up call, it comes in the form of a loud and ear-piercing whistle from your son, then no, I'm not happy about that at all.
And whose fault was that?
If somebody would just gently wake me just with a little hello.
And a cup of coffee?
Yeah, with an undercover coffee.
You've got time to train him, is all I can say.
Well done, crew.
That's very cool. Well done, everyone.
Alicera's off the dock.
That was a bit sketchy.
We were in a really tight spot. We actually had to wait till the tide came up a little bit because our keel was just about in the mud. But we're off. We got to the mouth just outside of this bridge. It's actually a tunnel, and sailed through the channels here at about 10 p.m. And now we are at just about 7 a.m. As you can see, moving along a little slower than we were last night. Probably about 6 knots, I would say, 5 or 6 knots. And we're sitting out here, making our way to the first waypoint, which is just about on this vector.
Hello. Hello.
And what is your name?
Alice.
And what is your name, sir?
Arthur.
Fantastic. And how is your first day on passage?
Good.
And Alice, how's your first day on passage?
Good.
Did you sleep well last night?
Mm-hmm.
I'm awful impressed on how well you both sleep through the entire night when this boat is tossing and turning and rolling from left to right. You're quite used to it, aren't you?
Yeah.
And how's it going on deck here?
It's fine. We're now low of the run line. So I think what we'll have to do is, when Douglas wakes up, is jibe and set the pole out, I think.
Coming from early this morning when it was just frigid. The sun has come up and it's really warmed things up. We've just about entered the Gulf Stream, heading just a little slightly north of east. We've just gone wing on wing. Put a preventer on the mainsail, and then rig the whisker pole. Everything is really nice and balanced, and we're humming along.
Did you find that weather report pretty encouraging in terms of wind directions?
Yes, so I looked at
Just kind of a lazy Wednesday, isn't it?
Don't tell my back's there.
Just a lazy Wednesday trying to prepare dinner at 25 degrees of
Oh,
Feel.
it tastes so much better because of that, you know. Oh dear. It just takes a lot longer.
There's Alice in a ball.
What a terrible time to be alive if you're prone to second guessing and hey, pretty smiling people.
I'm having a wonderful Saturday with the Pattison family. Just enjoying some quality time in the cockpit. Could you describe the story of how you discovered the meteorite the other night? Where were you standing?
In the Campania way.
Okay, and what happened? How did it come upon you?
I looked up and there's a thing coming around.
And it was like a giant flash ball of fire in the sky. And could you describe, you just drew a picture of it, yes? Okay, let's see.
Am I crying about it?
Okay, so this is the meteorite,
Yeah?
and here's the
Little girl who
fire it's created as it's coming through the Earth's atmosphere, right?
and didn't
Yeah.
wait.
Fantastic.
Got a little drop of
Well, you did a great job.
What did I say? I said I had a feeling we were going to see it today.
The dolphin whisperer. Teaching them the better part. So sweet, aren't they? They're great.
See, where's Alpha? I think they look a bit like torpedoes.
Yeah. And we are just training along here, still close hauled into a unexpected southeast trade wind, or at least much more southeast than we had expected or hoped. But the sea state is a little choppy. Swells probably upwards of 10 feet. And the wind is blowing pretty consistently at about 20 to 25 knots, with some gusts up to maybe 28 or 30. We've got the staysail up, and Alicera has a real Yankee cut jib, so it's truly a cutter rig. And we've got one reef, or maybe I should say 2 reefs in the main. And she's quite balanced. We've been pretty much at this angle of heel and this port tack for several days now. And I don't know, I don't expect that it's going to change too much all the way down to Antigua, which is a little unfortunate. It's warmed up quite a bit. It definitely feels like a trade wind sailing day. We're just, maybe 100 miles or so south of southeast of Bermuda, and we're following our ley line straight down to Antigua. We won't change course too much at all.
It's a lovely day on Alicera. Alice is having a huge meltdown and everyone is getting stressed.
And what do we make?
Pancakes.
What type?
Banana ones.
And how's the weather outside?
Quite windy.
Yeah. Is everybody quite rested?
Yeah.
Everybody's feeling chipper?
Yeah.
You seem to be. none of this bothers your rest, does it? Look at us. Look at your shorts. You wearing the same boxes? Of course you are. Those are the sights and sounds of beating the weather for the last 7 days. This is day 10 at sea.
Yep, and we've been at this angle, you can actually probably see from here, for a very, very long time.
Yes.
How are you feeling?
I've just lost a game of battleships to my son.
Oh, well done,
Arthur.
Arthur.
George.
Yeah, he was put down.
He's now going to try and play Michael and see if Michael does any better.
Right, well, we'll look forward to the results of that.
So there was just an epic moment. Would you like to describe it, Douglas?
Yes, so our log has just passed 10,000 nautical miles since leaving our home port, our hometown of Itchenor in the UK.
If that comes in.
And we are 150 miles from Antigua.
Horizons.
10,000 miles.
Yeah, it's a lot of
In
miles.
what? 82 years? No, 18 months.
A year and a half.
Year and a half.
something like
And
that.
this has been your roughest slog, huh?
This is by far the hardest bit of the whole,
Fifth. Oh,
the
God,
last 1,500 miles.
So glad I could be a
I'll
part
do
of
the other,
your
I'll do the other
dreadfulness.
8.5 anytime than the last 1,500.
So where do you suppose you'll be at the 20,000 mark?
Good question.
Guatemala.
We could be in like French Polynesia or New Zealand, I guess.
Or we could be back in England. Depends how long the tutor decides to stay, I think.
Land ahoy! Land ahoy!
Arthur, what is it?
Land ahoy!
And it's beautiful Barbuda!
Land ahoy!
Barbuda looks awful flat.
I know.
Do you see it, Alice? Barbuda? I didn't hear you yell land ahoy.
Now bear away!
I want to hear it.
Go on, Alice! Land ahoy!
Oh, the wave.
The captain taking the helm for the home stretch. Arthur, what do you got going on back there? Everybody's excited. How are you doing down there, Mom?
I'm fed up with salt ingress.
You picked a heck of a time to start cleaning house on the home stretch.
I know, she really picks her moments. that one.
Yeah, she does.
Now I'm bringing you live from Alisara. Mike, can you explain what you are doing
Yes, so
right now?
I was designated as the Chief Healthcare Coordinator on sailing vessel Alisara. So as part of my duties, I have to keep a daily log of everyone's monitoring symptoms for COVID-19.
So does that mean every morning you've been
Morning and
religiously
night.
taking our
So,
temperatures?
Although
And
there
don't we
is
know about it?
Although there is no known images or video evidence that I actually did any of this on every single day, I will tell you with as much honesty as I can that this actually happened at this particular time. So. Land ho! Welcome to Antigua. I think Alisara is like a horse that knows they made the turn back toward the stable, and she's marching along really nicely. We're finally on a very, very broad reach with the wind behind us for the first time in at least 9 days. So this is a really nice time. And we're going to enjoy this last probably 12 nautical miles as we make our way into English Harbor.
I am sailing home again, across the sea. I am sailing stormy waters to be near you, to be free. I am flying, I am flying like a bird across the sky. I am flying, passing high clouds to be near you, to be free. Can you hear me? Can you hear me through the dark night, far away? I am dying, forever crying to be with you. Who can say? Can you hear me? Can you hear me through the dark night, far away? I am dying, forever crying to be with you. Who can say?
All right, so Skipper, what would you say so far has been the highlight of the trip? What's been the most positive moment?
The highlight of my trip so far was the last 5 minutes where I bore away, and now we are on a lovely broad reach passing Green Island and Antigua. That's been the highlight.
And what would you say has
Feels
been
amazing.
what's been your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge, I guess, was the mental challenge, just being upwind for so long. There's no one single point, but it's the whole thing when you realise that it was going to be like this from the weather forecast, and we had already set off, and it was going to be like this for the whole way. It was a mental marathon.
So from a navigator's point of view, I sensed that throughout the trip you were just insistent on making the easting. And so what was your thinking there?
So I knew that the further east you could get, the better when you got to the trade winds. And thankfully we had the right conditions, or what appeared to be the right conditions, leaving Hampton. But when we got through that Gulf Stream and get to the trades, there was a Hurricane Eta, reforming over Cuba and the Caymans that disrupted the traditional trade winds, which caused we couldn't get enough east to make the trade winds work for us, so it ended up being an upwind sail for the whole time.
Very nice.
And now we're going to celebrate with this lovely bottle of fizz that you brought with you. And yeah, celebrate
What better way to start off
end-
with sparkling rosé?
the end of the worst trip that any of us have ever been on. Would you like to open it? You do the other.
Start of a fantastic season in the Caribbean.
Yes.
So careful.
Good for
It
you
may have
guys.
been shaken up in
Fantastic.
the-
I'm so glad you all made it back.
Oh, way!
David, it's not ready. Why didn't you find the cork on the side?
That's really naff and you waste some of the bubbly.
Didn't take long for the Pattersons to get in the water. Look at them all bobbing around. Just in time for sunset.
I'm going downwind. I'm going downwind.
feel good to be back?
So nice.
Alice, you happy to be back?
Are you happy to be back?
All right. Well, it's a good Sunday morning here, November 15th. The Salty Dog Rally Fleet has arrived into English Harbor and Nelson's Dockyard. Most of the fleet has come in. I think there's still a few boats out there making their way down, but the majority of the group are here in the dockyard, as you can see behind me. All the rally boats that we only knew by name on the tracker, and it's really cool to actually see them here. Yeah. And here's Alisara. Sooner or later, this is gonna be sorted.
It's funny because
happy as could be.
all the preparation goes into that long passage, and then you
You trash everything.
and then you spend the same time doing it again.
Getting it back to where it was before
Yeah.
you started.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bye bye. Yeah. See you soon.
Bye.
So everything's good? Yeah, everything's good.